Welcome to Archery Unhinged, folks. We got Bridger and Mr. Tabansky. What are we talking about today?
Back at it.
But we are drinking Long Tab Brewery Military City Beer.
Yeah. Well, I'm not drinking mine yet. Let me open it.
You get it over. You're doing it in front of the camera. Hey,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
it's really good.
ooh. It's pretty good. I'm not usually an ale guy, and I like this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's like
Really good beer.
it tastes like Coors Light, but with a hint of America in it.
Yeah.
So
So this is our third week. I think we're on episode 3. And we got some cool stuff to talk about, I think, more than anything. Outdoor Nationals up in
Missouri.
just ended.
Yeah.
Which was an absolute sweltering heat box.
It sucked.
Did it really?
It absolutely sucked.
So yeah, somebody I know from there said that summers there, it is like it's like worse in Louisiana.
Bro, it's corn humidity.
Yeah, they call it the Ozark humidity.
We get the same thing in Iowa.
Yeah.
The moisture literally leaches out of the corn,
You're trying to
and
say
it makes it more
moist.
humid. It's moist.
No, what it reminded me of was, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Biodome.
Oh, yeah.
Biodome with Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
So imagine you're inside of that, but with humidity and heat, no wind. It just stuck.
Yeah, no wind at an
Yeah.
outdoor FIDA tournament.
Well, yeah, because the air is like the same density as the water.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to move it.
So on day 2, they did have a little bit of wind, but on day 2, I
I
was
was
out.
gonna say you didn't shoot. You
Oh, hell no. So
No, wait, he shot one
Well,
round.
yeah, he shot the
one
first
day.
day.
I went there the first day because the main reason I went up there was I got a call and they wanted me to go throw a first pitch at the Cardinals game. And at first I was like, oh, hell yeah, the Cardinals are playing the Yankees.
Heck
And
yeah.
then they're like, no, it's minor league. I'm like,
I
oh.
was gonna say I was like, oh,
Okay.
the Springfield Cardinals.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's
it
still
was
pretty
still-
cool.
it was still
That's
really
pretty,
cool.
That's still pretty cool.
Really
yeah.
cool. So I got to go hang out with those guys. I absolutely bombed the pitch because I haven't thrown a baseball in like 20 years. And first of all, I tried to like smoke this thing,
Well, yeah, and it's not like you could exactly like
No.
step into it.
but I released it in front of me. Any pitcher would tell you, yeah, that's too late.
Did you? Was it better or worse than 50 Cent?
I mean, it got to home plate, but
got
half
there.
of it was on the ground.
It got there.
So, yeah,
It's ground out. It just means it's the ball.
exactly. But no, it was really cool because the whole organization did an archery appreciation thing. Their uniforms, they had USA Archery logos on them.
Cool.
Actually, that's kind of badass.
Casey, Catalina, and Jenny were there doing autographs and meet and greet with people. But yeah, so that was the cool part about Friday night, and they're doing it again next year. So
That's pretty cool.
Springfield, Missouri again next year.
Is
Same time.
Yep.
Is Nationals going to be there again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
same.
was gonna say, did they do like hey, if you have like your scorecard or have
Your
proof
wristband.
of your Nationals wristband, you
Yep.
got like
You got a free ticket.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was really, really, really cool. The venue itself was awesome. The fields were really nice. They had a big building behind us that was air conditioned, and you could go in there and cool off if you needed to.
That's good.
But I will tell you, it was toasty.
Bro, the Midwest in the summer, like July and
terrible.
August,
You might as well be in Texas or Louisiana.
Yeah.
it's just it's hot and wet.
I'm from Ohio, so I know what you're talking about.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I
like
think my
north of the
mom-
Mason-Dixon still gets pretty
Yeah.
effing hot.
My birthday was 2 days ago. I talked to my mom. She said it was like a heat index of 109.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe
so
it, bro.
When I was at the baseball game, it was Friday evening at 7:00. It was 102 on the field,
Wow.
and they weren't even going by heat index. They were using a wet bulb,
Yeah.
and the wet bulb said, "You're crazy."
So you know what? So here's $1 million question. We, something we can talk about because we actually got a lot of. There was a post made about 3 weeks ago about scheduling, and it was around our games of archery and what we need to do to make them better, more exciting. So maybe we can talk about this on this podcast. And in that, the event organizers and what they do in these places they choose. Even us at ASA, we picked Coleman, Alabama, in August to shoot at, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
There are so many more temperate places to shoot a bow that time of year that are around metropolitan areas that you can, have a viable shoot.
Yeah.
We
we did Philly a couple years ago for Outdoor Nationals, and that was
Philly.
that
I
was
know.
not bad.
God, I'm trying
Indianapolis?
I will say USA Archery, I feel, does the best job, other than like excluding like the Vegas shoot. Because Vegas is like the biggest tourist trap on the
By the way,
planet.
did you see what happened on the Vegas shoot this year? So they did schedule Vegas over top of Fort Benning,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
they've
yeah.
already made the announcement of the first 3 tournaments. Foley and Fort Benning backed up 1 week. So
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
they're now in the 3rd week of the month instead
Yeah.
of the 4th. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Good thing.
besides them, I think USA Archery does the best job of picking, if not venues, at the very least, like cities to host stuff in.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
granted,
there's a twist for next year.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have
You hear about
I,
that?
I know you told me, and I can't remember what it is. So I'm
Salt-
eagerly awaiting what you're telling. Oh, that's right, Salt Lake City.
City
Salt Lake
in May.
But I mean, Salt Lake City. I mean, well, it may. But might
May is going to be
It's
beautiful.
gonna be
That
awesome.
could be interesting.
It
never
might,
know what
it might
you get.
snow.
It could snow. Yeah.
But like Salt Lake City, dude, San Diego with SoCal Shootdown
Yeah.
over at the training center. I mean, that one's easy because it's a training center. Same with Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
So they have the venue for that stuff.
Right.
Which, I mean, having shot the World Cup at Salt Lake at the Easton Center there, that's a badass facility.
Yeah, it is. I was
That
just there at
place is
camp.
cool as hell, bro.
Yeah.
But those two, dude, Dublin when they have the
The
Buckeye Classic.
Which Buckeye this year, they had a heat wave come through. While
Oh,
they were
God.
shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's,
Yeah.
it's Ohio in August. So.
Dude, that
It was in July.
little, for being a small city,
It puts on a good show.
dude, like it's a great little town.
Yeah.
Like there's tons of good restaurants. I know that first year that I think the only time I've gone was the first year they had it.
Yep.
And I know we went to a badass little Irish bar.
Yeah.
Or Irish pub.
Yep.
And that stuff was bad. Everything there was really good. They have
Yeah.
a ton of restaurants and
You got
everything.
Columbus is right there.
Yeah. I mean, that's your large hub to fly into.
I'm from
but-
there, and so I none
They
of
got
this
that-
even
Well, I mean,
excites
it's
me.
still Ohio.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
It is the armpit of the United
Columbus. They've got that community college there. What's it called?
States. Whatever. The Buckeyes, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
The Ohio State
We'll see.
University.
We'll see. Not this weekend, but next weekend.
They play Texas, I think,
Next
don't they?
weekend.
Next
Yeah.
weekend. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. I'm either going to be in a really good mood the rest of the year or I'm going to be pissed off. One of the two.
because you're gonna have to see my face.
Oh, shut up. Matter of fact, for the show, we had to wear our jerseys. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should. We should do it the week
Be
prior.
funny.
I'll be
You can
Chicago
wear
for
your
that.
A&M maroon jersey.
No, you can wear your Iowa State Hawaiian shirt.
Just kidding.
Say I will wear that.
You're an
playing,
adopted Aggie.
They're playing in Ireland, their first game.
Are they really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. That small island in the eastern side of the Atlantic is probably going to run out of light beer in the next like
Oh, 'cause
3
the
to
Iowa
6
State
3 to 6 days. Yeah.
Cyclones going there.
Oh yeah, bro. When they played their bowl game in Memphis, all of the bars in town like knew that Iowa State was coming, and they ordered extra Busch Light. They finished all the beer. The game was on Saturday. They drank every Busch Light in Memphis by Thursday.
That is so funny.
That's a feat.
That's crazy.
Listen,
that's
bro.
an achievement.
If you're gonna do something, be good at it.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Don't half-ass things, full-ass them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
So
yeah, so
back to the tournament. I think we had who won? Stefan Hansen.
so if we go back to
Stefan was
nationals,
the real champion.
Yeah,
but
but because of the citizenship thing,
For ranking and citizenship and all that stuff.
you'll be surprised when I give you a little bit of information here in a second.
I mean, I'm
But
not
know
going to be
for-
shocked.
For nationals, he couldn't legally win because he's not a U.S. citizen.
right,
He had to compete in a guest category, right? So
Right.
Jimmy
Jimmy won.
won.
Right.
But then at the U.S. Open, it's everybody for
Wide
themselves, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. But
Well, but they still poll if you're I'll say foreigner because I lack a better terminology. If you're not a U.S. citizen or not competing for the team as a U.S. citizen,
Correct.
your ranking still gets polled for the overall. So like, because did Stefan end up winning the Open too?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, because was it Stefan, Jimmy,
And Louis.
or no,
Price. Louis Price.
no,
It was-
Curtis.
that
Or no, it was
for-
Curtis after.
That was for outdoors.
That was for
Okay.
outdoors.
Maybe I'm just really
Yeah,
really
for
dumb.
nationals, it was Jimmy,
Hold on,
Curtis,
let me pull
and
it up
Sawyer.
here.
Jimmy, Curtis, Sawyer for outdoor nationals,
Yeah,
and then Stefan, Jimmy,
And Louis Price
for the
correct.
Open.
But since Stefan was first in the U.S. Open, I'm pretty sure Jimmy still gets the one for
Oh, NRS
ranking points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jimmy's
yeah. Jimmy got max. He
everybody.
got max point.
Yeah,
or
right.
well, minimum.
But guess
point.
what?
So what's the guess?
Stefan got an NRS.
What do you mean?
So is he going to take?
He's
well,
number 2.
Yeah, but he's going to shoot for Denmark, I'm sure.
If he's got an NRS, that probably means
I was
he
gonna say, yeah.
requested a
Well,
release.
You
Did
kidding
he? Well, he's living in Yankton.
Yeah, I know.
And
but-
him
lives in
so
Yankton.
the only reason I see him doing that is because of Matthias.
The only reason I
Why?
see him
He's
doing
still
that is
gonna
because
be-
he hangs
You
out
think
with
he's going to
Jimmy.
beat Matthias?
Well, no, but there's still 2 other spots.
No.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there's
They get-
four,
they
well,
get
3
4
other spots.
spots.
There's 4 guys that go to the World Cups.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. And I'm not talking about the World Cup. I'm talking about for
For the
Olympics,
Danish team?
for the Olympic
Oh,
teams.
for the Olympics.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
That's
shit,
why I can't
I'd
believe
rather-
I can't believe he'd give
Who
that
would
up
he-
to get to Korea under the
He'd
United
rather
States
shoot
banner.
against. He'd rather shoot against Louis, Jimmy, Curtis. Who else? How deep is our field over here?
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to shoot against all of those fucking guys instead of just Matthias.
Just Matthias. He's a hammer.
Maybe, I mean, I could see Martin's probably going to make a gun at it too. And I mean, Martin made the shoot off this year in Vegas.
Yeah.
He's shooting that concept really well.
Dude, Rio's back.
Yeah,
I seen
Rio
that.
was
I
out
couldn't
there.
believe that.
I seen Rio was out there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I
probably
mean,
going to give him one
dude-
last try for Olympics. You never know.
I mean, shit. Why
Might
not?
as
Everybody's
well.
everybody's
Anybody
gonna
who's
do it.
shoot
I
above
don't-
decent is
if-
going to try.
I don't know. I'd rather compete. I'd rather try and beat Stefan and Matthias than
than
everybody else. If the field's smaller, it's not necessarily easier to win, but
The only thing is
so
we
it's
have,
easy- easier to
Fullerton
see.
is damn good, dude.
we have a
well,
guaranteed
yeah.
spot.
So is Stefan. So is
I
Jimmy.
know.
So is Curtis. So is Louis. So is
I know.
everybody else that was in the top 8 at that shoot. Damn near everybody that's in the top 8, other than hell, I don't even know if I can say other than almost everybody in the top 8 at nationals has made, if not the Vegas shoot off, a shoot off
Yeah.
at a major
Yeah.
major indoor event at one time or another.
So then on the women's side, who was it?
On the women's side
Toya-
was Alexis
Toya? No.
for
Well-
outdoor nationals.
Yeah, but Tanya won by, she was the highest qualifier
Correct.
by like, what was it, 7 or
So,
11 points?
so there's another question
Something
too.
like that.
Is Tanya going to shoot United States or is she going to shoot back to Sweden?
She's
Swedish?
Denmark.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, she
Because, dude, seriously, I mean, you could argue that either Matthias and or Stefan with
Tanya.
Tanya is going to be a hammer of a team.
Yeah.
You can mix
yeah.
and match it however you want.
I know the one person that will probably continue shooting for her country regardless would be Toya.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that's interesting about
Really?
yeah, dude. The thing that, and here, this is why a lot of the international teams, like their direct athlete support system or their direct athlete support or what
way
we
better than
have.
ours.
Yeah. As far as what we have in the US for DAS, which is just how much you get paid a month to shoot on or to be on the team. Like those other countries pay a lot more. I mean, I say that like I know how little we get paid versus how much they get paid. I don't have any specific numbers, but I know when
They do get paid more than we do.
right, yeah. When I first made it, I know they've completely changed the structure of it. I guess I'd be lying to say if I didn't know if they changed the how much it was. But when I was still on the World Cup team when they first started direct athlete support, and it was about like throughout the entire year. Because when I started with it, they were doing, it was like 500 or 1,000 per diem or something when you went to the World Cups, and then like an $850 check. So I think it accrued somewhere around like 12 or 12,500 throughout the year. I mean,
I have a
there's
couple choice words for you right now.
what? Am I not allowed to talk about all
I
this?
get a $500 stipend.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Cripple.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, as far like from an able body standpoint, like what are you going to take, a $12,000 a year check, or
right.
I don't know what theirs is, but I imagine it's
A lot more
sizably
than ours.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to it. So, anyways, Tanya, and then I think Olivia Dean second
For
World Cup.
Well, are you looking at
No. for outdoor nationals?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure Alexis won.
Ruiz.
Yeah. Alexis and then
hold on
Tanya and
here.
Olivia.
Guest separated here. Stand by. I got to
I don't
click through all the
remember.
barebow
Yeah,
classes.
so Tanya didn't shoot guest. She's got a citizenship.
Yeah, senior men for the U.S. men, it was Jimmy, Curtis, and then Louis Price.
I thought I
for
saw
the-
Sawyer up there.
Mm-mm.
Sawyer was in third in one of those.
Yeah, it was probably the eliminations, probably U.S. Open.
No, that was
This
Louis.
is no, Louis is third for nationals,
Huh.
Really?
And then
stop
compound
drinking
senior
beer.
women. Okay, well, we're barely even halfway through the first one.
I know.
Compound senior women was Alexis Ruiz, Lico, Areola, and then Caitlin Boardwell.
Yeah,
and then
that's
Olivia
right.
was fourth.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I mean-
Caitlin showed up and shot her butt off.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Caitlin has been shooting fantastic the second half of this year.
Because I remember seeing her in
shot really,
Arizona
really
at the
well.
beginning versus where she is now.
Yeah. She like turned something on second half of the year here.
Yeah, she was shooting over 700.
Yeah. I mean, shout out Paige for shooting nationals with like, death.
Every illness known to.
She's
she
doing like
was.
some gnarly mold what is it? Mold something or
She's
other.
going through mold detox.
Yeah, the mold
What?
detox stuff. And I think she ended up
gosh.
getting,
got
she made a
pneumonia.
post that today. I think she got pneumonia, ended up getting pneumonia from huffing dirty air in
Something,
Missouri for a week.
Yeah, because I saw her out there on Friday when I was shooting, and I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like death. I could only imagine how you feel.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is funny because she gets done shooting and goes to the hotel and falls asleep anyways.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how like exhausted that woman was trying to do all that detox stuff and
And shoot.
shoot.
72 arrows in a
Yeah.
blazing heat.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with how hot it was and everything.
Yeah. So, yeah, the compound side was your usual suspects. On the recurve side, same thing.
Yeah.
Brady Ellison won Nationals and the Open,
Yeah. Well, you say usual suspects.
except on the women's
I was
side.
going to say on
Casey.
the women's side, she got third for nationals,
Yep. And
which
then
I mean, everybody was really close. The
I think-
podium was all within 4 points.
I think Catalina.
Yeah,
Won
Catalina was for nationals. It was Catalina, Olivia Martin, and then Casey Koffold.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, and it was 307, 306, 303.
Yeah, it's close.
Bro, like a 4 point split
Yeah.
for the podium is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty damn tight. Here, let me look at. Oh, no, not that one. Nope, not that one. Son of a.
Bridger can't work his phone.
I know.
I feel like a boomer over here.
We need a new tech guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Elimination rounds. That's the number I wanted. All right. Yeah. Senior men, Brady. What was it? Brady, Jacob Robinson, and Jack. The women. Because Casey ended up not making the podium, or she didn't even make semis or
For the Open, yeah.
for the Open. It was Catalina, and then Alexandra, and then Olivia again.
Yeah.
Senior men, yeah. Stefan, Jimmy, Sawyer Sullivan was third for the U.S. Open.
Okay.
So, and then fourth, well, I guess third as far as U.S. ranking points go would be Jacob Miller.
Okay.
It was a good tournament.
It
Hot.
was. It was actually a really, really good tournament.
Yeah.
Lots
Better
of
than
tight
Lubbock?
competition. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Come on.
For real.
Yeah. Way better than Lubbock. The city itself was better than Lubbock.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was minimal amount of crackheads. But really good restaurants too.
Yeah.
The hotels were nice. I stayed 7 minutes away from the field on I-44.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That's cool.
So
Well, other than that was a culmination of most of the target season.
that's the end of
That's
outdoor
it.
season.
Outdoor
except
season
for
and-
me.
USA Archery. Usually
So
that
we,
two.
we still have World Championships.
yeah. well, something
World
other than the
Championships
World Cup final.
and World Cup final really are the last two big outdoor ones
Yeah.
from a national or world level.
Yep. I've got Chicago
When
next
are
week.
they, by the way? Are they in
So
September?
World Championships for AB is the beginning of September, and then World
And
Cup
then you
final is
got-
going to
you-
be in October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They keep pushing the finals.
Everything
back,
gets pushed
man.
back. Yeah.
The
it
finals
gets
keeps getting pushed back.
So I've got
I mean-
Chicago next week, and then champs at the end of September.
Yeah. I mean, World Championships has almost always been like in that August, September time frame. I think a lot of it just depends on Olympic year or not, as well as, just how all the other events fall. But
Yeah, I mean, 2019, ours was in June in Netherlands, and then in 23 it was in Czech Republic. But like for us, those are mild places in the summer.
yeah.
Didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about that. Versus Able Body, they'd had their World Championships in Colombia, and it was hot as hell for them.
How bad's Korea going to be this year?
It's the end of September, so
It should be
Gonna say it
nice.
shouldn't be
It's
bad.
it's going to be either chilly or it's going to snow.
Snow, exactly.
Yeah. It's
It'll be a
right.
welcome. That'll
Yeah.
be nice.
I'm okay with that.
Like this stupid podcast room, we got to get in ventilation in here. It's retarded.
Scott's like sweat.
No, I'm like
sweating.
this hot as crap. I cannot wait till summer's over.
You're just gonna sweat the beer out. Bro.
I know.
It's okay.
Scott just wants to go swim with the jellyfish.
With the jellyfish, exactly. No, so anyways, that was a culmination of the season.
And then comes indoor season.
I don't want to talk
So
about that.
excited.
You know what's funny? A lot of the kids that I'm working with, I'm going straight into coaching outdoor like next month. I'm not even going to mess with. I mean, indoors, it's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
They'll shoot it.
It's only the
But-
most participated in venue of archery.
Yeah, for obvious reasons,
Out
because
there.
it's so freaking. It's indoors. It's nice. It's temperate climate. I mean, yeah, it's easy. I mean, that's why it's 20 yards.
It's only the most participated in
Yeah,
form of
but still.
archery competitively there is.
I want to see what happens though. Because I was talking to another guy about this, and he's going to start his outdoor 3D training literally next month, September, and just keep going at it. Because I think if you want to win, and I still say this, so I'm blue in the face, is
You
that
keep doing it.
Well, yeah, you keep doing
you
it.
keep
I
doing
mean,
it. And I think the bigger thing is that and this is one of the tough things. Like I've got a couple kids, and them. They're trying their hand at everything, and I think they should. But I just there are very few Paige Pierces, Jimmy Lutz,
Yeah.
Stefan
I mean,
Hansen's out there.
Dude, when I was competing at my highest level, when it was outdoor season, I walked out into my parents' backyard and just railed arrows at 70 meters and 50 meters. And it was indoor. I drove 15 minutes to the indoor range that our bow hunter club had and railed arrows at 20 yards.
So you're blue in
Like
the
that's
face.
all I did.
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
practice anything else. So I mean, and even that, like if you keep your focus on one thing, like I know one of the cleanest indoor rounds I've ever seen anybody shoot was back when I remember one time we had NFA Indoor Nationals, and it was the same weekend as IBO Indoor Worlds. And on Friday, Joseph Goza shot Indoor Worlds and I think he was leading after Friday maybe, but he was shooting his 3D bow out there obviously, and he flew to Louisville like on Friday night, got up at 7 a.m. and shot the Saturday morning line with me and shot one of the most disgusting 60X rounds I've ever seen. And he was shooting like a 74-pound bow with PS26s with like 80 grains in the point, shooting like 304.
Shit.
Well, I guess he wasn't 300. I know he was legal for NFAA, but
Yeah.
whatever it was a 3D.
He was
it
hauling
was
butt.
a 3D bow.
Yeah, exactly.
And dude, he shot like 56 inside outs. Like disgusting.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, you don't have to do it or you don't have to like focus on that one thing to, be able to find success in
Right,
it.
right.
But that said, especially when it's a game like 3D, like everybody knows where the X ring is on a 5-spot.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah,
X ring
you're
is
aiming
on a
at
3-spot.
at a dot.
Yeah. So, I mean, and not to say that game is easier. It just has its own unique set of challenges.
Yeah.
And there is something to be said about like, well, I don't really expect anything. So let's just see what happens and having success with that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to like enter into that mentality
Right.
on purpose.
Well, and then, I forgot completely though. The week before Missouri, we also finished up the IBO
IBO
yeah.
Worlds. Yeah.
Worlds.
IBO Worlds.
Worlds, and Jacob Sluzars won that one in between the.
Dude, he like spanked.
Yeah, he did. Him in between Levi and Danny,
Yeah.
which was kind of interesting. Which there's a good subject matter. I mean, I can't remember what their attendance was, but it was not good. I mean, it was low down as
Dude,
always. And there is $1 million question: is the IBO fighting the change of known archery?
I was
And
just about to
is it
say,
killing?
like, as a field shooter, like, and I say that just because I like as a guy that not only, but a guy that really enjoys shooting field, that's definitely my favorite form of competitive archery. I wish IBO had a known division class because, dude, those courses are so fun.
Bro, they're so hard.
They are so
They're-
fun.
It's mountainous, hilly, it's dark, it's everything. It's
Yeah,
dude,
dude,
they're
like
fun.
the videos, like the old Bow Junkie videos of them shooting those ones, and a lot of the cam photos and stuff at this past Worlds, like some of those shots look effing
Oh, dude,
gangster,
they're
bro.
crazy.
they are.
Shooting
No,
down, they're like
crazy.
downhill through a window.
Yeah.
that like you can't even hardly tell what the animal is, let alone how far away it is.
Yeah, no, it was terrible.
Yeah, like I mean,
It's hard.
I respect the hell out of the guys that are able to do it because I think the only national level IBO I've ever shot was when I was a cub youth aged, and it was Bedford, Indiana. It was first or second leg at the time.
Yeah, Bedford was second leg. Was
Yeah, I mean,
Erie,
this was
Erie,
like
Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Bedford,
I mean, this
and
was like
Nelsonville.
2009, maybe.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But like, dude, I thought those courses were fantastic.
Oh, they're crazy.
Like they are, dude. And you got to know those targets, man.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible to floor judge or ground judge
Well,
at those ones.
And the
at
other
all.
thing, the other thing about the IBO, they use those Reinhardts. So you get a little small armadillo target, and
Good
the
luck.
10 rings as big as a dime.
Yeah. All their
is-
scoring rings are scaled.
They're scaled, so it makes it extremely difficult.
Yeah.
You know, for sure. But
Which, by the way, you know, as far as how hard it is, props to Tim Gillingham for missetting his sight, shooting a zero, and still shooting up.
yeah,
Like that's
That's
insane.
insane.
That is
Like that's fucking crazy. And you get 1 bonus point for doing everything perfect.
Yeah.
You get 1.
one, not
You
two.
screw up a little
one.
bit and you lose twice that.
Yeah, exactly. Where are we on?
Yeah, the crazy thing is, you talk about shooting a zero. That happened.
You
to me
did
at-
it.
Yeah, I did it. I got in a rush because I had
Oh, at
I had-
nationals?
Yeah, I had an agent that I've never worked with before, so she went and ran
Oh,
my
that's
arrows.
right. Because Courtney's
Exactly,
in Canada, right?
right? So she came back, gave me my arrows, and I was in a rush. Didn't check them. Did my first arrow. All I heard, it sounded like
Oh, your
like
knock
a
was
no,
smoked?
worse. My vein came off the front side.
Oh,
Front
that's right.
side,
Yeah.
So
Turned
you
it
heard
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
flutter going down the
Sound
down
like
the-
a flaming
down the
arrow.
lane. Yep. And I
crazy.
just looked down and shook my head, and Gary Gardner was in front of me spotting. He's like, "What the hell did you do?" Like, dude,
I
I guarantee
missed.
you, there's no veins there. And he looks at it. And he's like, "Yeah, it's hanging off the side."
I know the last time I did that was at where I had like a vein come off and cause me a zero was, I don't know, it was an outdoor youth team trials event. And I shot a zero and was like, holy shit, that was a perfect shot. Something's wrong with my bow. And I turned around and just like set my bow down and grabbed my backup bow. And I hadn't shot it at all. So I'm like, all right, well, I got 1 arrow to sight it in. Shot another, I literally like hit the arrow that I missed because I shot 2 feet under the target and then aimed way above it and shot a 7. So I had a 7 for a scoring end and round robins. Then went down there and saw my vein was peeled off. And was like, oh,
That's a
wow,
crap.
that's disappointing.
Yeah, it sucks. But hey, it happened.
So you were talking about coaching your kids,
Yeah.
straight outdoor.
Oh yeah, straight outdoor.
So are you going to swap their gear to indoor gear?
know,
or are you
that's-
going to keep them in outdoor gear and have them shoot their outdoor gear
So that's a
inside?
good question. A lot of the kids that I'm working with are, of course, 3D shooters, so
Yeah.
they can cross pollinate shooting PS23 Black Eagles for both indoor and 3D basically. So it's a very little change. Now, of course, when they go shoot an NFAA event like Vegas, and they're going to be in a 27,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Well, yeah, but
We're just gonna
that's
try-
a quick either side adjustment, depending on how the arrow
Yeah,
shoots.
exactly.
Because, like, dude, at least for me back in the day, I used to tune my 27s. Like, granted, this was back in Easton days, but like 2712s, the way I would build them versus my 2315s, like, I didn't even have to move my sight.
no, exactly. I never moved my wrists personally.
Yeah.
I can get it to tune really close.
I mean, indoor arrows, it's a little bit easier if we build them the correct way. And the whole reason we build indoor arrows the way they do is because we're only shooting 20 yards.
Yep.
That's why we load up the front, put big ass vanes or feathers on them. We're literally trying to slow them down so that they're in the air longer so that they have more time to correct. Obviously, depending on the bow, some bows like a little faster arrow, some bows like a slower arrow. But because I had my Halon X comps, I always struggled indoors with those, with the Matthews Halon X. I struggled with that bow indoors until I literally shot. I set up a 3D setup because I think I was going to Foley, and I was shooting like 285, like screaming out of that thing at 60 pounds or 57 pounds or something, and just to shoot them and get some practice in because it was like 2 feet of snow and 12 degrees outside. I didn't want to go outdoors and shoot. So I just shot a couple indoor rounds. Dude, I shot the best scores I had shot all indoor season with that stupid light arrow.
Yeah.
And I think I was either using like a Carbon Express blue or
Blue
CXL
Streak?
Pros,
CXLs. Yeah.
CXLs, which I mean
That
they're
was a
damn near the
badass arrow.
same weight as the Pro.
Yeah.
That or those the Tri-Spine 21s prototypes that I'd given
Yeah.
you to try
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're so effing light.
Yeah.
I wish they were able to make that arrow.
Yeah.
It'd be
That
like
arrow was
$700 a dozen. But that was a badass arrow.
Yeah.
It's the best
But-
$700 you've ever spent.
Well, I didn't spend it.
True.
Prototypes.
Exactly.
So,
I didn't spend it. That was back when I was good, so they gave me stuff. But yeah, I mean, some bows like a little faster arrows. I mean, Courtney right now, we're still kind of in outdoor mode because we're gonna go shoot this coming weekend. I guess I don't know when this is gonna come out, but for us, this coming weekend, we're gonna go shoot the outdoor 600 round.
Yeah.
Or
900.
900 round, yeah. We're going to go shoot the NFA Outdoor 900 round state deal on Sunday. And then in the middle of September, Jeremy's putting on another safari shoot.
Yeah.
So we're going to go shoot that as well. So we're still kind of like in outdoor setup mode.
Right.
So, but right now she's just shooting her 3D arrows inside.
So-
And she shot a 587 feet a game inside today.
That's what she told me. She
Yeah.
called me yesterday and told me that's pretty cool.
So, I mean, you
okay,
can still
real
shoot
quick.
those type of arrows well inside.
Got to switch gears real quick because I just thought about this. We'll go back to outdoor a little bit. This guy on TikTok posted this video yesterday. Got on my feed, and it was actually a fascinating video. I forget who he is. I don't know. But he was testing whether bubble management even matters. So he shot 2 arrows at 30. No, excuse me, 3 arrows at 30, 3 arrows at 50, and 3 arrows at 70. 1 bubble center, 1 bubble right, 1 bubble left at each of those ranges. I'm going to tell you, I don't know if he just, I think we should do this actually. I want to do this test because it was mind-boggling to me that at 30 and 50, there were no changes. I'm talking, he stacked 3 arrows on top of each other with a really hard cant left and right at 30 yards, and they literally shot within a half an inch of each other. He got to 50 yards, and I will say they were maybe, one arrow was maybe an inch, but I mean, they were grouped together at 50 yards pretty dang tight with a hard cant right left. But when he got to 70, it was like almost a 6 to 9 inch variance.
Well,
So it goes to, and that could be a lot of factors: arrow build, how much vane he's got on the back of the arrow, how well it's correcting, how it's keeping its its flight path longer. And I imagine there's somewhere in there, and I would care to say if I had to guess based off what I seen the variances, I bet you at right after 50, around 60 yards, that sucker was really starting to tail off pretty hard.
I mean, so my experience with it, I mean, going back to
FIDA.
everything I've shot is
Yeah,
FIDA.
FIDA.
I mean, when I first started shooting it, I was shooting regular, small arrows and stuff, and it was really 50, 70 meters, 55, 70, 77 yards. I used to bubble everything, and I mean, for me, like if it was edge of the 10, so at 70 meters, edge of the 10, we're shooting at the 122, so 12.2 centimeters, so
Right.
about the same size as a ASA 10 for the 10 ring on that guy. I mean, roughly, just as a comparison's sake. And like if I had to be edge of the 10 to hit center from an aim and off standpoint, I would literally take my bubble and have
Half float,
not even half. Like the bubble is touching the line.
quarter bubble, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so
Not even a
it's-
quarter actually.
Not even yeah. The bubble, instead of being in between the two
You're
lines
touching the
perfectly, I would just bring it over and touch a line.
Right.
Top cam go in whatever direction I need the arrow to go.
Right.
But so I mean that little bit at 70 meters, that's moving that
Well-
arrow. I guess we got video now. That arrow's moving at 77 yards, 2 to 3 inches. So I would say
That's
it's about the
12
same.
inches.
Yeah, it's like 12 inches, bro. But I mean, it would move
Sorry,
it like
kids.
it would move it about 2 inches.
No,
So I mean that I'm not shocked by that. I guess some of it I would, I'll just play
Well, no.
devil's advocate here, but some of it I would argue, like depending on how hard of a cant he was going on, it potentially could have torqued the bow to make it run back the other direction at 30 and 50.
So I think there was actually something else in play now that you explained what you said. He was shooting a Matthews, either a 31 or a 33 lift, probably at 70. He was a big boy, probably
Yeah.
at 70 some pounds,
70 pounds,
30-inch
30-ish.
draw length. I
Yeah.
mean, his arrow speed was probably sitting around 300, 305.
Yeah.
You're shooting what you just explained is 60 pounds.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that speed affects it as much. Yeah, but so it
An
doesn't
arrow
matter,
going
doesn't matter
faster.
how fast your bow goes. If you're hitting 2 inches left, if I'm hitting 2 inches left at 200 feet a second and you're hitting 2 inches left at 300 feet a second, we have to move our sight the same amount. The only reason we move our sight a different amount is because your draw length's way fucking shorter than mine, so your peep is 2 inches closer to the sight. But
Just-
if all things are equal, to me, and granted, I could be 100% wrong, but to me, if your arrow, even if they're going different speeds, left and right shouldn't affect, other than, I mean, maybe wind, obviously wind. So I don't know what the conditions
Yeah, I
he
don't
shot
remember
in
what he said in
were.
the wind. I don't remember.
But, you know, depending on wind, if all conditions are equal, to me, the left and right isn't ever really going to change. The only thing that'll really change your left and right is hand torque, riser twist when it comes to getting a full draw, as
So-
well as how far, like your peep to pin measurement, basically.
So if that's the case, though, what he's saying, and I get it, is you lining the string. Is it a needed requirement?
I was just about to say
I was
something
going to
about
say,
that.
that's going to be the
Because
other side of it, too.
In Chile, in 22, when I shot my gold medal match, all my shots were left.
Mm-hmm.
And left and left and left and left. While I was aligning my bow, my cant was to the edge of the target. It was square target bales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we were shooting on a track. So, yeah, they were offset to the left. So I was canting my bow to the left, and I was hitting left
Hitting left,
constantly.
yeah, right.
Again, I was at 44 pounds, 30-inch draw.
Right.
Arrows were roughly, I don't know,
255, 260.
350, 360 total weight.
Yeah.
For
Probably running 250 feet a second, 260.
something like that. Yeah.
And- yeah,
And
that
I was
ballpark.
hitting until I finally realized, oh shit, this thing is canted off to the left. So I'll straighten back up, and it straightened up, and it was back to it.
Yeah.
Back
Well, I mean, it's tough for you to gauge how far off you're going, I guess, because you guys can't run bubbles.
Correct. So
in
my cant
W1.
might be
It'd
more than what your bubble would be.
Right, right. So, I mean, for that, it'd be hard to, like, value it for how much
Yeah.
you're moving it. But, I mean, hell, most tracks are probably, what, like 4?
About
Yeah, I
between
mean,
4
this
and 5
is
degrees.
spitballing, but, like, yeah, some are 4 to 6, something like that, as far as how much offset there's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
just the
yeah.
grade of the track.
Right.
So, I mean, to me, that makes sense. Now, I would argue you probably could have moved your sight and sighted into it. Then you would have had a hard thing to gauge off of. But say you moved to the...
But then I moved my sight, and I realized that I'm canted.
Well,
and
I've,
Yeah.
and I've
Yeah.
always said that in FIDA, I think the bubbles are relevant. I mean, you can just move, to your point, you
at
move
50
your sight.
yards, yeah.
You move your
Well,
sight
no.
to where you're going to go.
Yes and no, because if you could be different every time, what if you suck? I mean,
Sucks to
I
suck.
think indoors,
Well, look-
indoors at 20 yards, I don't think it matters as
No.
much. Sawyer Sullivan never, like, they're back in the day, a lot of guys shot without bubbles.
No, I didn't shoot a bubble back
Yeah,
in
a
the day.
lot of guys wanted that
just let it
clean.
rip.
Yeah, wanted
Yeah.
that clean sight picture. You know, no zero, have it looking like you're looking through a round red dot or a
Yeah.
standard rifle scope.
Well, and this is where I wish he was on with the show right now, but Bryce is sitting across from us from Summit Bowstrings. Homeboy broke his wrist so bad. I mean, it was mangled a mess that he can no longer get in his grip the way you and I do it, basically.
Okay.
He has got this really cockeyed grip in there. I'm going to over-exaggerate, but it's literally like this, which means it's almost virtually impossible for Bryce to get his bubble centered. So Bryce shoots off an off-cant bubble that's aligned to his grip.
Well, right. So, but that's different because you can align because when Bryce is messing with that, and you can yell at us if we're wrong. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's a first and second axis
Correct,
adjustment.
but
is
it's
all
not. But
is.
it is not level
So-
to.
Well, yeah, but his
It's
bubble is
level
still
to
in
his
the,
grip.
But if he takes and he gets everything cockeyed to the point where it's correct for him, so that he can have his bow at a cant and it's not going to
It is
lose.
centered.
It's not going to
Yeah.
track left or right as he changes distance on his sight.
Right.
His bubble is still in the middle. It's still in between those two at full draw. And if he takes and shifts his cam to the right and that bubble shifts to the left, he's going to impact to the right.
Right.
If he
Okay,
takes,
so-
vice versa.
So with that being said, is it a good or bad thing to do that? I heard Paige does it. Or I heard she used to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, It's not a bad
It's,
thing.
it's,
Dude,
in other words, it's your center instead of
it's your center,
the
but you
environmental center.
have to tune to it.
Right.
You have to tune to it. It's both a rest tune thing as well as a sight tune thing.
Correct.
Because Lynn Hoke, senior pro, does the same thing. Dude, his bow leans to the right every time.
Yeah.
And he does the exact same thing Bryce does, where he takes and fiddle fucks
Moves
with
his
his
axis to
first
get
and
it
second
centered.
axis.
Yeah.
So that his sight is tracking. His sight will track the same direction that his miss hits are, that his arrow ends up tracking because he's canned over. So, like, you're canned over at 20 yards, it ain't going to miss by very much if
Right.
everything's perfect. And then
At
the
50.
further back you go, the further off it gets.
Right.
So you just orient the sight to catch up with it as you move the sight.
Right.
So it's the same thing. You're still leveling your bow. It's just level to your eye as opposed to level to the environment.
Exactly.
Now, like I'm anal about it. So like I measure all of my axes off of the bowstring because that's the only other thing that my arrow connects to.
Yeah.
Right.
With a bow rest, that thing is holding the bottom of it, so it doesn't matter how I'm tilting. Like it's still
Correct.
It's still going to have 100% contact with it.
Right.
But the string is the only other thing that I reference besides the sight.
Right.
So to me, as far as getting everything like level, I want to level everything to the bowstring.
Right. So that brings us to another point that I think we've talked about this on the show a couple of times, but, do you ever torque tune your bows, French tune?
I need to. No, I really do.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that all these subject matter are going towards one common goal, which is trying to find, I think, what I call the archer center.
I mean, the end goal is how can you shoot a shot that misses without missing?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
that's what
Mine-
we're all kind of chasing. Here.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's what we call, that's what, you
I
hear
mean,
this,
that's
you hear
forgiveness.
this, yeah, forgiveness. I was going to say, you hear this word all the time, forgiveness, and we are trying to build in forgiveness in the setup.
Yeah. How much can you fuck up without
Exactly.
showing on your impact?
And that goes back to this whole thing. Like, this is why I personally, and you guys may love them, but I think the integrated rest is the dumbest thing ever invented for that subject matter because you have no ability to do it. You can do it on your site at that point.
Oh, as far as torque tuning?
Torque tuning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, from
And
a hunting bow.
some guys are doing it on their site instead of the rest.
Yeah.
Which you can
From
do.
a bow hunter perspective, yeah. Now I guess maybe it depends on what rest you get, but like the QAD spring steel rest, it does have some forward and back adjustment.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
You have
is
to,
it-
but
it's
you
not
have
gonna
to have that to torque tune.
correct.
theoretically.
Yeah, to
you
torque
have to
tune.
have
Now, as far as like have I done it? Like I did it like 12 or 15 years ago.
Dude, I'm the same way. I
and
don't do it
I went to
anymore.
70 meters and like turned my bow enough. I'm like, oh, that's probably not going to derail, and shot it and hit a 10. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm okay.
So I just measured where that stuff was, and I've set every single bow up
See,
the
now-
same way ever since.
And I think for you, it's more important. And I know you may disagree with the speed thing, but I think because you are shooting such a slower speed, that environmental factors become an issue for you.
Well,
Yeah.
from a torque tuning perspective, I agree it does make a difference
Yeah,
because
big
his
time.
arrow, his draw length is longer than either of ours. Because what's your module setting on your
29 and a
on
half.
your
I'm at-
Concept X right
I'm
now?
at 29 and a quarter, something.
29 and a quarter. So like he's got, at least
2.5 inches
or
on
at
us.
least a half inch on me, 2+ inches on you,
Right.
almost 3 inches on you, like. That arrow is taking, and he's shooting lower poundage.
Right.
So that arrow is taking longer to get
Oh,
off of
heck
his
yeah.
bowstring. So because like he's still his arrow is still connected to the system, like for a longer period of time, like that 100% would make a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
For you, yeah, from a torque tuning perspective, for sure.
Especially the way that my shot goes, because the way that I align, the way that I set up my bubble is my string aligned to my cables.
Right.
If I see one solid string, I know that I'm dead center, and I'm just looking at my sight.
Yep.
I know that if my string is off to the left, I'm
Yep.
going to hit right. If
Yep.
I'm off to the right, I'm going to hit left.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to tune out of the shot.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I've shot with the string far right, and I'm like, crap, there goes like a left 8, and it's left 10.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
good.
Subconsciously,
yeah.
I
And there's a
corrected it.
spot to correct it. And I mean,
Yeah.
like
But
I
that's
think
one lucky shot.
Yeah. Well, and as far as like correcting as the shot's firing, like that's the onion, the bojitsu or whatever.
Exactly.
Like,
That's the
Dave-
subconscious.
I think Dave Cousins, I remember talking to him about it, like back when everybody was doing the onion memes and crap. he said the best way you could describe it was like as he's shooting, going through a shot, the more you shoot, and then especially somebody like Dave or Rio or some guys that have been doing it for a long effing time, and you is a great example too. Like the longer you shoot, you kind of understand what your tendencies are and
100%.
everything as you're going through your shot. So you know how to compensate for whatever shit's breaking down.
Yep.
And that's what causes us to, shoot and like toss something way up. Or I know for me, like the way I would like fling my hand off, or hell, when I was shooting, because I shot a C4 for 3 years.
Right.
That bow, I knew if I was in it for long, if my like timer was going a little long, but the shot still felt good, I'm like, oh, I know it's going to hit a little high. So I'd just start, as I'd shoot, I'd just slowly start
dragging.
drifting lower and lower and
Yeah.
lower. But that's because I knew that I was going to, if I just held it in center, I knew I was going to miss high.
Right. Right.
So over time, you kind of, like the more you shoot, the more you understand like your shot, how your execution works, what breaks down first, or what breaks down first, whether you're maybe your shoulder creeps up, it's going to cause you to miss low, so you kind of creep a
me.
little higher. Yeah, I say that's a Scott
me.
Hamlin
That's
thing.
a
And
Scott
see,
Hamlin thing.
I aim from the bottom up. So I'll
Yep.
come down, stop, come down, and then start coming up.
Yeah, and then rise up to bring your pressures in to push it back into the middle.
Except that
yeah.
sometimes I'll punch it as I'm coming up. And as everybody saw in
That's with
Paris,
that
my
high
last-
right 6.
That was my high 7.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Because I'll
funny.
just, I'll punch it as it's going
Oh,
up.
that looks good. Whack.
But that's not good.
Yeah, no kidding. No, that's cool. That's good stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really good stuff because I think it's something a lot of people go through, and I think those are the micro tuning things that we do.
Well, yeah, and
to-
that even goes back to like shoot your damn bow. The only way you're going to know what your tendencies are and what breaks down throughout your shot is by shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's no other way to know how to do it. There's no tuning. I mean, there is, but there's not a perfect tuning system to figure out like, hey, how to correct your exact thing that's breaking down. And even so, like, even if there is, like, I got to know what it is that's breaking down to figure out what equipment change we need to do to correct it.
So it's funny you bring up because you know me, and yes, I get tired as I age, and my front shoulder starts to creep, which always will push me low.
Yep.
And I offset that on every bow I've ever shot competitively in my entire life, because I've always been a small guy. I tiller tune every single bow. Even today's bow that I have now, I've got a 1/2 to 1.5 turns in my bottom limb to offset and give me more force when I'm pulling into the bow, which lifts me.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky though because I don't miss high. That's a blessing. But it keeps me honest when I do creep. It's a stopgap for me.
Yeah.
You know?
See, and for me, like I do the exact opposite.
You want downforce.
I generally always miss high.
Low high.
That's why like 3D, I only shoot lowers. The only time I shoot an upper is when there's like 3 or 4 27 stuff in there.
Right.
And I'm not shooting a micro to where I'm like, just
Yeah. Yeah.
crash through them. But like I generally, and even when I do shoot uppers, I cut half a yard.
Right,
On every
right.
single upper I've shot in the last 6 years, I've cut a half a yard off of.
And speaking of that, it was funny because I'm on the phone with Bryce the other day, and he's out getting his bow ready for this tournament that we had here locally, an indoor tournament for 3D. And because it was a screw-in point bow hunter style tournament, he had set up outlaws. And I'm going to tell you, I set up some outlaws one year for TAC. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, and Bryce said it too, it'll make you think about potentially shooting that arrow and compete competitively.
Courtney's
Dude,
shooting
that
those for
arrow's
3D.
unbadass.
Courtney shot that arrow for 3D this year. That's
A
a badass
freaking
arrow,
Black
bro.
Eagle Outlaw.
It's a badass little arrow.
What I found about them, and I know Bryce is sitting here, and he would say the same thing, just how damn consistent they are. Like, it's shocking. The forgiveness and consistency.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Well,
shocking.
It's a good arrow.
For how light of a wall that thing is, it's crazy. But I mean, having built some carbon, well, I say built, having
think about
been
it.
involved in carbon arrow building, the larger diameter you go, the easier it is to build them. So it's not crazy shocking that they have a good arrow. And you could say the same thing about a lot of, dude, the Outlaw, they rate them at a 0.005 so that I don't know what your guys' yield is on them, but I imagine it's somewhere around 90+%.
Bro, they're actually like
Bro,
threes and ones.
Well,
and some of them.
well, yeah. Like the amount of times I grab them, I'll just we do the pre-fletch ones at the shop because they're inexpensive. They're great, super durable arrow, And the amount of times I can just cut them, I don't like square the tips. I know how to cut arrows decent enough. So I don't,
Right.
as
I
long as you
don't
don't feel a
either. I'm the same
burr,
way.
as long as you
Yeah.
don't feel a burr, you don't have to
Right.
square them up.
Well, so-
And like, dude, they spin great.
So let me ask you a
They're
question.
a good arrow.
Well,
They're
let me ask
really
you
good
again.
arrow.
So here's a good food for thought, though. Now, there is a tipping point, though, because as you get bigger and bigger, and I think 23 is the number, when you get to that 25, 26, 27, you start falling off the other side.
Well, I would argue that comes from guys trying to build, like, I mean, I guess I could say, you could say I'm throwing like the PS26s or Black Eagle under the bus, but like you you get thinner walled,
Yep.
shit gets harder to build because
Yep.
that mandrel, you got to heat it up to yank it out of there.
Yep.
And that's what causes
Well,
the
it's hard to keep 'em
consistency of the
straight.
arrow.
Hard to get good quality yield
Yeah.
because the walls are so thin, like
Yeah.
you said. I've always said that 23 is kind of like
Well,
in
from
every arrow I've ever shot.
from an ultralight perspective, yeah.
agreed.
From
But-
like an ultralight 3D arrow type perspective, something where you're trying to chase at 280 plus.
Right. Well, and let's be honest, you won your World Cup with ultralights.
Yeah.
That's a 246.
Yeah.
Standard
I mean,
shaft.
same. Well, technically,
shot so
technically
many-
they were Velocity Pros. World
Yeah.
Archery should take my money because I had camo. But
That's
yeah, I
funny.
mean, it's the same shaft as the
Yeah.
Ultralight Pros,
Ultralight
but same
Pros,
thing.
yeah.
It's basic. That was
It's a
basically
246.
yeah. It's basically a carnivore.
Yeah.
The carnivores are actually lighter.
Dude,
funnily
yeah.
enough. Funnily
I
enough.
broke my indoor world record in January with
Yeah,
a
with the
carnivore.
carnivores.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it begs the question, do we as archers overthink everything?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like, no
there-
fucking doubt, bro.
Because seriously, do you go back to the basics? Now, I know you both are going to yell at me, but so I had two of my archers at Joad Nationals, and it happened to Jason a while ago. Veins flying off arrows, and and I love Flex Flesh. I think they're one of the best veins on the planet. But I'm not going to lie to you. I
they're
am
hard. They're-
going back to boning X3 veins.
Well, they're hard to get
Because-
to stick, man.
The Flex Fletch.
Yeah,
the bonings
the flex flesh,
are-
right? The bonings you can lick and they'll
lick
stick
them
to your
and
arrow.
they'll stick to your arrow. And I'm literally, I actually put one of my guys back in them. He's shooting great with them. I'm just going to go back to what I know works, so I don't ever have to worry about like what happened to you at Nationals.
Yeah, but
a vein fly off.
I smacked my arrows.
Yeah.
That
But I'm
was
going to
mean,
tell you, the
shit happens
bonings, I
sometimes.
smoked those bonings through the years and years of shooting, and they just don't come off.
They do stick really
They
good.
stick
I mean, that's the
amazing.
best attribute for a lot of the boning stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
That said,
rather. And this is a tough one because do I think the Flex Fletch veins or even the AEs, do I think they're more accurate? Man, there's argument there. Is it
I don't shoot either one of
Is
them.
it maybe, well, okay, but you're a Q2I guy.
Yeah.
And I think Q2I makes an amazing vein.
60 psi to get that vein to pop off.
Yeah.
Unless you hit it with another arrow.
Right. So, but therein lies the question. I mean, are we overthinking all this? I mean, is Flex Fletch a better vein because more professionals shoot them to shoot more great scores with them, which gives us that false sense of perception that, hey, this is it. This is
I
Nirvana.
mean,
It's just what works for the person.
yeah,
a great vein.
The,
Yeah.
the only way to know if something's going to shoot worth of shit for you is by shooting it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whether you want to deal with the hassle, if in the case of a vein, because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you want to deal with the hassle of getting it to stick to your arrow,
Right.
like that.
The prepping.
Yeah, I mean,
glue.
I fucking hate fletching arrows.
Oh, God.
Like I hate it.
You-
I mean,
You and me both.
That's
bro.
why that
I mean-
guy sitting across from me over here, he fletches mine because
Dude,
I
I've
hate
got to
doing
go
it.
home. and do
That guy's
2 dozen
fletched
right now.
more arrows in this year.
No,
than and I work at a bow shop. He's fletched more arrows this year than I probably have since
So-
I worked for you.
So Bryce
since
is
I
the-
moved here.
and we're gonna have him on the show next time, hopefully. But Bryce is the guy that takes a dozen freaking arrows and builds 3, 3, 3, 3 different vein profiles, different veins, 3 and 4, and then goes out and tests every freaking one of them
Yeah.
to find out which
Well,
one group tunes better.
I
For
mean,
me,
that too.
I just don't have that kind of time, inclination, nor do I care.
I mean, in all reality, that is without a doubt the best way to do it.
Oh, that,
I mean,
I'm doing right now.
I think
are you really?
I think we have enough information to where you can probably like narrow that down, especially now with the that precision archery cut deal.
Yeah.
Or the precision archery tapes arrow study, which I know we talked at length about that last episode. But so use information like that. Use anecdotal information from your buddies. Use anecdotal information online.
Right.
Like depending on what you're trying to shoot, whether it's I'm trying to get an iron wheel wide, fly at 70 yards so I can poke a bigger hole in an elk, or am I trying to get
Right.
a tight group at 70 yards because I'm going to tack? Am I trying to get good groups at 50 meters because I'm shooting FITA, or good groups at 20 yards because
Yeah.
I'm shooting indoors? All of that's going to give you a different type of arrow setup depending on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate to say it, Bryce doing what he's doing as far as just fucking playing with stuff is the best way to find stuff out, because every bow is going to be so different as far as what it wants from a vein combination, arrow weight. Shit, dude, I remember talking to Paige and Tate. I know Paige made a post about it a couple of years ago, maybe, but they were even playing with the amount of offset they're putting on arrows.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, everything's
which-
going to have like a sweet spot, regardless of what it is.
And we got to talk about this, by the way. These guys on social media, what's 5 minutes? Okay. These guys on social media right now, all these social media darling guys that are using the internet for fame and fortune are shooting the most insane amount of helical
Well,
that
yeah,
I have
four-fletching.
seen like in decades.
Yeah,
Because
four-fletching
it's
A
the-
No,
style
bro.
it's
with
the-
a 6 degree.
With a 6-degree helical, dude.
It's
Yeah.
the Veinmaster Pro.
Yeah, see,
and
Bryce is over there
the-
shaking his head because he
it's the
knows, like
Veinmaster-
we all know.
Yeah, it's a
It's
Veinmaster
the
Pro.
dumbest.
It's the dude
These-
that, have you ever fletched an arrow with an Arizona Easy Fletch? I mean, not throwing shade. Like learn how to fletch your guys' own arrows. Like people listening with the quality jig. Not saying the Arizona Easy Fletch is a bad one, but I would recommend
I'd
not
rather do the
using it
bony
for
plastic
anything.
one.
Yeah, I would recommend not using
No.
that type of jig for anything bigger than not the Max Stealth, but
blazer?
Like a blazer,
like
a
a
blazer,
blazer
a
style
blazer.
vein,
Yeah.
the AAE Max.
Right.
What's the name of their blazer vein? I can't remember the name of it. Is it the Max Pro? No, the Max Pro is a little one.
It's either a Max Pro or I know
No,
the
now
Q2i
it's the
Raptor.
new one. It's
Yeah,
the
they're
new
the
Raptor.
Raptors.
Yeah, Raptor.
That short, 2 to 2 1/4 high,
Yeah.
super high profile vein.
Yeah.
Like that's really the only time you're gonna want something bigger than that 2 to 3 degree helical that a Bitzenberg would give you.
Yeah.
But dude, learn how to fletch your shit on a Bitzenberg. There's
just-
a reason
it's
they
just the best.
There's a reason they haven't changed. The only thing
in
on
50
that,
years.
the only thing that has changed on the design of that fletching jig is the size of the V where your arrow shaft sits.
Yeah.
Because back in, was it like 1970 when they designed it,
There was no
we didn't
27s.
have any 27s.
no,
the
we only had
biggest arrow,
25s with 246.
the biggest arrow was a 2317,
23,
and it
exactly.
fit in that thing
perfect.
like a
Well,
glove.
and the AAE knob is the only upgrade
Yeah.
that I've seen to that.
Yeah,
But
and
dude,
even
I
and,
travel with my bits wherever I go. If I go to a tournament, it's coming with me.
But back to this, it's just funny because these guys think a 6-degree
insane.
helical 4-fletch on a 3-inch vein. I mean, they've got so much twist in that arrow.
I mean, I bet your broadhead flies good.
That's
Yeah, but
that's
it reminds me of like funny car races.
sounds like a jet engine going off.
On the way to the
It's
target,
literally
but
a funny car
Yeah.
at the end of the track
Yeah.
when the parachute comes
Oh,
out.
I
Yeah.
get a kick out of it. I think it's funny because
look
these
pretty,
guys,
though.
they look cool. They got the cool factor. I'll give them that. But there is no anecdotal evidence whatsoever that is better. I would argue that
It ain't cool when
if
you
it
miss.
was better, guys like him, you, me,
Oh.
that shoot professionally, we'd all be doing it.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
don't.
I mean,
I want
that's
to run like a 1 degree offset.
Yeah.
I
I
run
mean,
straight almost for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I always run a helical. I want my arrow to spin. My metric for fletching arrows is.
But you're running 2, about a 2-degree.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you're running
I've
two.
never measured it.
But
I think
do
it's
you-
whatever the max degree helical I can get and maintain 100% vein
Clearance?
Well, not even
Off your
clearance. I know how to. Yeah, I can. Dude, I shoot a 4-fletch off of a blade.
Yeah, yeah.
A narrow or a standard.
But you
blade.
argue with a lot of these guys, they're like, man, you can't do that. You're getting
Bro,
contact.
I watched Stefan
But you also
Hansen shoot
don't
a
4-fletch normal.
I watched Stefan Hansen shoot a 716 with Nano Pros 3-fletched using a wide. Like the edges of his arrow or the edges of his blade were
Was-
like above his arrow.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Dude, and his bow just went boom, like made no noise.
Right.
If you tune a blade style rest, I mean, this is kind of sidebar. You tune a blade style rest efficiently, you playing around with the
height.
angle of it.
Yeah, the angle
that
height.
rest will have, or that spring steel will have its own harmonic to
Correct.
it. and you shoot,
Out
it
of the way when
moves,
the veins
boink,
get there.
grabs it, and then boom, falls back out of the way as that
Yeah.
arrow's leaving.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's why, like on aluminum arrows, a lot of times is probably the easiest ones to see it on, especially the old school, like the
Well, 'cause
black, like the black
eclipses,
X7s.
the eclipses, yeah.
Those ones you could see, like there'll be like 1 or 2 inches where your arrow is back towards the nock at
Yep.
from where you are at full draw.
Yep.
And then like an 8-inch section where you see another 2 little tick marks from the blade coming off.
Coming back up,
and then nothing
on the backside. when the
Usually,
blade's gone.
if it's tuned correctly,
Yeah.
It's cleared.
yeah, it'll clear, but a couple inches in front of the blade,
Right,
or
right.
excuse me, a couple inches in front of the fletching.
And and that's probably a subject for another episode. But yeah, tuning that blade is really important.
Yeah.
And that's why I am so anal OCD with the blade height, because I see all these guys running these blades and they're running them at about a 45 to 47 degree angle, and I'm like,
I
dude,
stick to 37.
it's just the wrong angle
Yeah.
to be on, because
Yeah.
you're getting contact the entire flight of that arrow.
Yeah.
It's never coming off. And the spring steel is made to collapse at the time the veins get there, and if you've got it timed right, there's plenty of clearance.
Yeah. So on the flexion thing, before we get off, do you right offset or left offset?
Oh my God!
I
Don't
mean,
get
I
started
always
with that
do a
horse
right.
shit.
Like
I have been doing right since I was a child.
Yeah.
And I'm
I mean-
57 now.
Yeah.
And for all of you retards out there, and I'm going to call you retards, I don't care because I'm half drunk. Yes, I am a cheap
After
date.
after
One
half a beer.
Yeah, no kidding. No, but seriously, these arrow clocking idiots, it makes me insane. I mean, because, and I talked to me and Tyler Terry talked about this, because he's an engineer, he's a physics guy,
Okay.
and he's like, if you, and granted, your arrow want to come out and clock left without no veins on it, but the instantaneous you have forward momentum, the instantaneous that air, the vein is grabbing air, it is going to go the way the vein is profiled. I don't give a shit how much your arrow wants to turn left. There is no time for it,
Well,
because you're coming off, and as soon as it has forward momentum, the veins are going to spin it to the right because of the way the right offset is.
Well, and also like if I can't remember what the company was, but it was a rotating knock, and their whole point was that like
No, it was,
and which I do 100% agree
Ethics.
with.
Ethics. It was ethics.
Was it ethics that
Yeah.
did it? Well, if you watch slow mo video, and maybe this is my anecdotal brain, but you watch a video as that arrow is traveling, it's traveling on the string for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever your power stroke is for whatever your draw length is.
It's not releasing action until it gets past middle.
Correct. So even if you have perfect knock travel, perfect knock disengagement, where that string is at the rest position when that arrow pops off, it still
Correct.
has all that time between rest position and full draw for it to be grabbing air as it's moving forward and accelerating, where it's creating drag with those
100%,
veins,
100%.
and it's also attached to the string.
string.
So say you got a right helical, that arrow's wanting to turn, right hand or clockwise. It's trying to turn clockwise, connected to the string. It can't turn. There's tension built up in that string. Boom. It pops off the string. What's it going to do? Because that tension on that string is turning it this way. The second that arrow disconnects from the string,
gonna
that
go the
string goes
opposite side.
bonk like this.
Straightens out.
And what does momentum do?
Yeah.
It's going to throw that arrow that direction and then start turning again. That's why when we shoot like blade rests on spring steels, like when I index all my veins, like my vein is almost pointing straight down.
Straight
like
down.
on my 27s, because I can get more helical on those because it's a larger arrow. It's easier
Longer.
to wrap that.
Right.
I'm using a longer vein.
Longer vein.
B, I'm using a bigger arrow. It's easier for me to get more fletching on it.
Right.
I shoot a right helical, so my bottom left vein is like pointing at my blade.
Right.
But
Pointing
the
down.
second it disconnects, dunk, it turns a little bit and then starts turning the other direction.
Right.
So, I mean, I get perfect clearance off mine.
Yeah, exactly.
So you will always have like the first foot or two. I guess I don't have a distance measurement for it, but the first little bit of that arrow flight, it's going to be static because it's still trying to regain. It's trying to regain drag from the momentum pushing it the other direction, coming off the string.
Yeah.
So I don't find too much difference between the two. And again, I go back to when this all became a fad, my test with a Hooter shooter at 90 meters. All it did was just shift where
Shift
the group
where
was.
your
It
group
didn't
was,
change.
exactly. Well, I know Bryce did it last year. I think you actually did testing on left-right helical, and I don't think there was no change. You did some arrows for me, and I didn't find a change. I had some left helical forefletch and right helicals, and to your point, all it did was move my groups.
Yeah, just slightly shifts
Every
the
arrow that I fletch
location
for
of
you
it.
is a left heel or left offset.
Left offset, right. And I've shot those, and if I go to a right, I'm just going to go hit right instead of hit left. It just moved my groups. I didn't see anything tighter.
No.
Yeah, I fletch
Scoring.
left because I normally miss right.
And there's a good reason.
Trying to gain every point.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. We got to wrap it up. Been on here in probably an hour and a half already. Who
No.
knows? But we could keep going because there's a lot of information to cover there. But
I guarantee you we give Scott another one of
you
these.
get me another one of these, and we're going to get unhinged.
Yeah.
It'd be bad.
Save it for the next time.
Yeah, exactly. So, other than that, folks, we appreciate you. Keep listening, and we are see you on the next one.
See you guys.
Thanks, y'all.
Peace.